Jess on his right. Hey, hold up. Don't start a fight. He's got you covered with all the sports. Don't fret, he's wearing shorts. It's time for Waking Jake in the morning, Waking Jake at night. Jake sucks.
Woo! Good morning, Bakers. What's up, Waking Jake crew? Good morning. Happy Wednesday. We're there. We put Tuesday in our rear view. MacDougal, Jomboy's dog's back in the office. That was a delightful little treat for me. Love dogs. Love a good puppy. Having a good time. BBD, let's do it. Let's get into sports, man. And we're going to the game of the night. That's where we start off. And, man, there's a fun one today. It definitely was the game of the night for some of the right and some of the wrong reasons. It's the Baltimore Orioles against the Philadelphia Phillies. I don't know how many of you Bakers were watching. Hopefully, you might have caught one highlight. One highlight went pretty viral last night. But the O's versus the Phillies, the final this one's 10-9, so stay with me. McCutchen, RBI single in the third. Sure, love Kutch. Why not? Jay Bruce hits a mammoth home run. Kind of awesome to watch. Orioles go off. They put up 5. It's 5-3. Harper hits either a Cool Bryce Harper home run or a Juice Ball home run. It goes to the opposite field, and it doesn't even look like he hit it. And then Gene Segura, bottom 8th, puts the Phillies up 6-5. Phillies, Orioles, this game's over, right? Not so much. Top 9, Renato Nunez, our guy. He hits an RBI single to tie it. And then Pedro Severino, the catcher, who's actually having a really good year for them, pops it up in the infield. And it's right by the pitcher's mound. It's just to the right of the pitcher's mound. All of the infield is closing in on it. And oh no, Segura calls off Hoskins at the last second. The ball drops. 2 runs will score. And it's 8-6, and it's, oh my God, worst case scenario for Philly. What a disaster. Bad times. Oh, hold up. Didi Gregorius, old Yankees friend. He hits a 2 RBI center. Who scores? Harper scores. Hoskins scores. We're tied at 8. We're going to extras. How about that? We're having a good time there. We just hit the start of the weirdness. Austin Hayes, the rookie outfielder for Baltimore, hits a line drive to center. The center fielder dives and lays out for it, and it goes past him, and it runs to the wall. Inside the park home run for Austin Hayes in extra innings. What a disaster. 10-8 Orioles. But then the Phillies rally. Jay Bruce, RBI single. It's 10-9. They've got 2 runners on. Travis Lakin Sr. gets the Orioles out of it. Keeps the Orioles above 500. Orioles go to 8-7. Phillies drop to 5-7. Man, the highlights of this one were a real fun watch. I watched them on the way in today. And yes, I know Hockey Chat is mad at me. We had a 5 overtime elimination game. Let's be honest. I don't think you watched. You know? And yeah, it's a cool game. We're waiting for the conference finals for hockey. We said it. The Lightning score, I think the Jackets goalie had a good day. We could have gone Lillard on this, but I think the most fun, the highlights are still rolling for the YouTube Bakers. Unreal highlights. So this game was a lot of fun. I had a good laugh, BBD. I'm going to flex on the Bay crowd a little bit. I FaceTime other Jake from Cespedes Family Barbecue last night because I was bored. Jess was out of town for the night. So I was like, you know what? And he tweeted out from Cespedes Barbecue, like, having an IPA and watching the Orioles. So I was like, all right, let's see what this loser's up to. Same thing I was doing. But, dude, we had a really good laugh at the fact that Travis Lakin Sr., who gets the save in this game for the Orioles, you know, you kind of don't flinch at it. Because why would you? It's just a name. It's a guy's name. But BBD, it's really funny because remember, this became a thing in the NBA and the NFL when guys like had kids. Like, it was the flex. It was like Marcus Morris. He went from, junior to senior. There was a couple other NFL guys that they put senior on the back of the jersey, and it was a whole big thing because it was like swag. It was like, I'm a dad now, but I've still got swag. And Travis Lakins decided to go that route too. Not known as a swagster, kind of like another guy in the Orioles bullpen decided to flex on him, just like Steve Smith. So I don't know. I got a good laugh at that. Good for you, Travis Lakins. Use that dad swag. The game of the night, and it comes from Philly. Sorry, hockey fans. Your 5 overtimes are cool. I missed the game-winning goal.
Try it again.
We're going to come back to it. Maybe. And
we're going to 5 overtime game, an elimination 5 overtime game, and we'll get it.
I get where they're coming from, but I don't think everybody watched all 5 of those overtimes. And I do want to know from the hockey fans in the chat. Looks like we got a friend with Travis Lakins in the chat, which that's pretty wild this morning. Fire Sports. Was the playoff hockey as intense as it normally was? That's my question to hockey fans. I know Jack Sanders in the chat every day. We got a few people talking in there right now. For me, it's tough, man. I don't know. I miss the fan environment. I guess everyone's saying it was mentally exhausting and everything. I got one not intense. So I get it, guys. Hockey's going. I just don't know how many people dove in. So we'll see.
Hockey, I get it.
We get it. It's a process. Speaking of BBD, shall we continue on to the rest of the baseball action?
Oh, yeah.
Pretty full slate. We'll get to Lillard later. I'll probably make one more comment about the hockey and not really care about it. Okay, that just came off as rude. Back to the baseball last night. BBD, we had a professional baseball game in Buffalo, New York last night. How about that? The Baby Jays go to their new home stadium for the year, and they get a win in extra innings. How about that? A Travis Shaw walk-off. I think Ryu had a decent start in this one. They beat the Marlins 5-4. Yankees beat the Braves 9-6. Tuki Toussaint gets knocked around by the Yanks. Yanks have the big lead, but the Braves kind of get back into it. Scary for a second. They pulled Judge out of the game because they had a big lead. And then it was like, are the Braves going to catch up? And luckily, they get the win. Had to use Chad, didn't really want to. But, I mean, they're surrounded by off days, so it doesn't matter. Did Orioles-Phillies. Again, those highlights were ridiculous. White Sox 8, Tigers 4. Eloy Jimenez, 3-run homer in the first. Took him in the homer draft last night. Not a big deal. It's really just not a big deal. Jose Abreu, 3 for 4. 2 doubles. He's still doing it, man. How about him? Cubs 7, Indians 1. While I flex about my homer draft, I did lose this as the bet of the day on JJR. BBD gets it right for Jomboy. Because John Lester makes me look foolish. John Lester has another really good start. 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run. I think he had 4 Ks. He's not striking dudes out, but he's pitching really well. Ian Happ, friend of the program, couple hits. Jason Hayward, 3 for 4. Cubs blow out the Indians 7-1. Again, the Cubs are a wagon right now, man. Cubs are one of the best teams in baseball. Nats 2, Mets 1. Tough Mets. Scherzer and Porcello have a nice little pitcher's duel. So I'm sure that was some fun baseball. Trey Turner hits a home run. Really like him. If you're a baseball fan, watch some Trey Turner. You probably saw him in the World Series last year, but he is fun to watch. Rays 8, Red Sox 2. Brousseau hits a leadoff homer for the Rays. Yandy and Renfroe. Yandy Diaz, Hunter Renfroe. Both of those guys are fun. 2 RBIs each. Rays are starting to go. I was kind of worried about that. I think the Yanks woke them up a little bit. The Rays are starting to rack up some wins. Brewers 6, Twins 4. Jed Chorko. Chorko. That's such a weird name. Sorry, Jed. 2-run go-ahead homer in the 8th. Manny Pena with 2 home runs? Manny Pena. How about that? Manny Pena?
Manny Pena.
How about that? Good for him. Eddie Rosario, also with 2 home runs. Not as surprising.
Eddie Rosario.
Good for Eddie Rosario. Brewers get a win. They need to start getting some in the wins column. Twins still sputtering a little bit. Reds 6, Royals 5. Joey Votto with the walk-off. Is that fun? Did they do a fun celebration or something? I feel like Votto's usually getting in the mix.
It's about to show up here.
Okay.
You won't see it in time.
I'll let that roll on the screen for the YouTube crowd. Is it that ball off the top of the wall? That's the game winner? Oh yeah, that's fun.
That's cool.
Good times in Cincinnati. D-back 7, Rockies 8, Charlie Blackmon 3 for 4, double RBI, batting average above 500. I think he's like 34 for 65 or something stupid. Dude, it's Manny Pena. Charlie Blackmon is going nuts right now. He should probably be bro of the night, but he's not because I'm giving out my first repeat award later. Charlie Blackmon, 2-2 going in the bottom of the 8th. Rockies put up a 6. The D-backs came up. I did watch some of the end of this game. When Coors Field kicks in, man, it turns into a different sport. Like, the odds of getting out lower to like 10% instead of like 70%. What else do we got here? Mariners 2, Rangers 4, Nick Solak. Nick Solak. 3 for 4, 3 RBIs. Good for him. He can hit. He needs a position. Giants 7, Astros 6. Oh, boy. People getting loud about those Astros, BBD. Brandon Crawford with the go-ahead RBI. He also had a nice play in the field, I think, late in that game. Good defender. Always has been. Astros, I don't know. It's getting frustrating. It's getting frustrating. A's 0, Angels 6. Dylan Bundy's dick-dropping tour continues. Looking like the move of the offseason. Quite literally the best move of the offseason, and I ripped it mercilessly for a while. So, welcome to the show, kid. Hey, good for him. He looks great. Jason Castro has a nice game. Angels getting wins. Good for them. And the Padres 6, Dodgers 2. Manny Machado with the grand slam. Saw that. It was a nice replay of that. That was fun. And that's from around the baseball. BBD. What did I miss? Anything you think needs to be reiterated to the folks?
Jerkson Profar homered. Did we talk about that?
Okay. He got off to a really bad start.
To the whole career.
Yeah.
For like a decade now.
Yeah, that's what we were going to put him
Put him on Don't Care Watch last week.
We were going to put him on Slump Watch, and we put him on Don't Care Watch. If he could be cool, that'd be cool. And then
Versatility's cool.
I guess the fun side note for everyone, and it starts tying into our world, is Phil Hughes tweeted out, "Are the Padres a good team?" I tagged Plouffe. Plouffe was very good friends with Phil Hughes. Told him, "Yes, Phil, they are a good baseball team." And then Eric Hosmer gets in the mix. He says, "Yeah, we're nasty, passing." Some DMs with passing last night. Whatever. Stop flexing, Jake. Wednesday flex, Jake. That's just what I do. PBD thought about it. He taps out. So that's exciting. We might do something fun with passing soon. Teaser. We'll see. Yeah, I think that's it from around the baseball. We'll circle back on it a little bit. We're probably going to talk more Dylan Bundy later. Guy is killing me. Let's do the basketball, BBD. And a lot of this will be catching up for me because I didn't watch a lot of the hoops last night. I did catch the 5th overtime, okay, of your hockey game. So much fun. Okay, basketball. Nets 108, Magic 96. Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot, Jeremiah Martin both scored 24. Of course they do. Absolute studs. Rockets 105, Spurs 123. Spurs avoid elimination. Is that whole thing a mess? Maybe that's what we'll talk about. I think we might have another minute or two. Keldon Johnson with 24 and 11. Not familiar with Keldon. I'll be honest with you guys. Suns
Kentucky.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Suns 130, Sixers 117. Devin Booker, Kentucky, 35, 9, and 7 assists. Kyle O'Quinn with 9 assists last night. 11 assists. He was second in the NBA in assists. Almost had a triple-double. So that's where some of these stats start getting...
Held short on points.
Yeah, I know. 9 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists. That's funny. Celtics 122, Grizzlies 107. Tatum with 29. Ja with 26 and 13. John Morant led the NBA in assists last night. So that's fun. Blazers 134. Mavericks 131. Dame time. Big time Dame time. 61. That's with a 6. 61 points for Damian Lillard. 5 rebounds, 8 assists. 9 of 17 from 3, 18 for 18 from the free throw line. The cool 3-point shot that he hits from midcourt that bounces off the back of the rim. Maybe we'll show that. Pelicans 106, Kings 112, and Bucks 126, Wizards 113. BBD, anything else from basketball? Feel like we're just in a weird spot in the bubble. A lot of the names you wrote down on this list are not.
Get me to the playoffs, please.
They're not prime time.
I don't know what the Spurs are.
The West is a mess right now, right? It's the Blazers have a half-game lead on everybody, and then, like, everybody's tied.
So
Let me see. Western Conference standings. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. I was trying to do the hockey intro, and I ended up doing Game of Thrones.
Whoops.
So
we need the formal standings check-in tomorrow, but check them right now.
yeah, let's see. I don't care about the Eastern Conference right now. Trailblazers have a half-game lead. The Grizzlies, Suns, and Spurs are all tied right now. So interested to see what that looks like, because I don't know all the rules. So again, we're a Trailblazers pod, as you'll hear more in a little bit. But and the Suns are doing good things. So I had no idea how that shakes out. How Spurs would it be for them to somehow get the 8th seed? And everyone's just like, what? Who? So that's what's going on in the West. What else in basketball, BBD? What else do we need to hit?
Let's see. I think we got it.
Yeah? Saying I'm doing well so far?
I think so. Porzingis fouled out
Ha!
in that game. So
LOL.
only 6 boards, but he scored 36.
Probably getting tired. Probably wanted to foul out.
Wanted to foul out so bad.
Thanks to everyone in the chat. It looks like we've got some chat terrorists today, and the chat is staying strong against them. I think they're coming at the Astros for cheating, which is like, okay, dudes, just don't bring that in here. Kind of not into it. And thanks to everyone in the Wake and Bake community. Wake and Jake. Or Wake and Bake. Have a good time.
Some overlap.
I'm not going to stop you, yeah. The comment of the day, as I've told you guys have been awesome. The reviews on iTunes have been nuts. The likes and the listens and the watches and downloads. Keep hitting the like button. Keep leaving comments. Leave me a funny comment. You'll be on the show tomorrow. The comment that I liked from yesterday was from Ben B. He said, is it just me or is Jake's left arm noticeably smaller than his right today? And then, normally not a great comment, but he said maybe it's just the different shirts. And if you missed yesterday's Wake and Jake, I did wear 2 different shirts for a little bit. I tried to do like one of those dumb jersey Roosevelt shirt hybrid. I was going to say dumb jersey hybrids, but I changed the game myself. And then, yeah, a couple people made beaten off jokes because different size arms. I get it.
Of course.
I've made them. So, again, thank you guys. The numbers, listens, and everything are very cool. You guys are awesome. Sports are still fun. Now we go to our bros of the night. Oh, my God, what's with these Philly people in the chat today? Is Philly okay?
To be fair, one guy.
Yeah, it is one guy.
It's one guy.
But at least the Philly
You've got
fans,
these channels all ready to go.
the Philly fans are behind that are cheering for the Phillies from outside the stadium are still making a lot of noise. And I think they have a nickname like the Fandemics or something. It's pretty good. Gotcha.
It's pretty good.
So congrats to the Fandemic crew. Not congrats to the guy that was trying to ruin the chat today. My bro of the night, BBD, I wrote this down in I think you should leave terms. But I did Bundy, Lillard, Paul Buffano. I'll talk about Lillard. I casually mentioned on last Friday's show, and by the way, were these guys the same day last week?
Maybe.
They might have been. That's what I've been wondering.
It's a double repeat.
Lillard is awesome. 61 points. He has 3 60-point games this season. The last person to do that is Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain, we ignore in NBA history because his stats are too good. We're like, hey, Wilt kind of doesn't count. Kind of not cool, Wilt. Wilt averaged 50 points a game one year. Like, we don't count Wilt's stats. Whenever people talk about the best player ever, we're just like, hey, we can't count him, right? So Dame, a point guard in today's basketball, 3 60-point games. He's awesome. Last Friday, I casually mentioned if you traded him and Steph Curry at the beginning of the Golden State thing, does anything different happen for Golden State? A couple people got mad at that. I get it. Steph's got some magic. Some of his shots no player in NBA history has ever hit. And he's got some handles and dumb stuff that's cool. But, I mean, Lillard can do 98% of it. I think the highlight either just happened where he hits a three-point shot from about midcourt that goes back rim, up, and down. Very cool. I was trying to make a Yankees joke about it. I was trying to do, like, me believing in Jonathan Holder last year with something like when the ball's up in the air. Something like that. I don't know. It wasn't perfect. Dame Lillard's awesome. There's a whole thing about how valuable he is to, like, the city of Portland and, like, keeping a basketball team there. And, dude, his quotes are awesome. Like, he's perfect. He's come out and said he's, like, yelling at other players for leaving and everything, and he's like, I believe in what we're doing here. And you just don't hear players say that. Every other player in the NBA is trying to get to L.A. or trying to team up with someone, and he's not doing that. So, shout out to Dame. First ever double bro of the night winner, but we might have but we might have another one coming right now, BBD.
Yeah, it's Bundy. Maybe we should have gone Manny Pena.
Manny Pena.
All things
Big
considered.
Manny Pena pod.
But, I mean, Dylan Bundy's just shoving, making you look like a fool.
Yeah,
and
big time.
It just keeps going. It keeps
Good
happening.
Interaction. He's a stud. He's like, I think he's leading pitchers in WAR. Wins above replacement. Nice, Jake. Good breakdown there. He looks great. He looks amazing. And honestly, like I said this the other day, but I've got some quotes that I've been able to backpedal with a little bit. That I've been like, hey, if he helps Mike Trout, good. A couple Angels kids tried to come at me last night, and I showed them those tweets, and they're like, oh, okay. Because it's funny, there's people that replied to my tweets, and they're like, no, Bundy just sucks, dude. And they're like, all right, we're going to go after them now. So I've got a nice little deflection there. And the thing that I kind of missed, and, like, I got it. He was leaving the Orioles. They stink. Tough ballpark to pitch in. I kind of forgot about Arrieta and his whole thing. I know it's not. It's apples and oranges, but Bundy looks good, man. He's a bro of the night. The bro of the night. We might have to check if they both were the same day last week.
Someone will tell us.
So, what are you watching tonight, BBD? We'll wrap it up.
Well, we will be watching the Yankee game in the office for full transparency.
For work reasons.
But the late basketball game tonight, Clippers-Nuggets. It'll be a good, while I edit the podcast, game.
Nice.
The Nuggets just gave the Lakers a run for their money. They're hungry. Clippers, I don't know if they're going to be trying tonight like the Lakers were the other day, but I'd like to see them try.
I guess you said we can do some standing things tomorrow. Clippers are still locked into the 2 seed. That might be a real game. Nuggets are a game and a half back of the Clippers, so if they win one, I think they've got a shot to jump into the 2 seed. We'll see. I got to figure all that out. That is a great little flip game. I'll check the baseball quick to see what jumps out. Bassett can't. Hendricks Carrasco. That's kind of fun. Cubs Indians. Jordan Yamamoto versus Nate Pearson in Buffalo. That's some deep cut fun baseball right there. And I don't know if you guys in the chat saw, there was a 5 overtime hockey game last night. Go check that out. Lightning won.
Wait, what?
Yeah, big time. Again, thanks to everyone. 110 likes, 2 thumbs down by the end of the show. I know a couple people will now bake that even more. But, guys, thank you so much. Thanks for listening. Subscribe, tell a friend. Text your group chat today and gossip about it. Let's talk about how Wilt Chamberlain doesn't get counted as a best player because he was too good. We have a ton of stuff coming out on the network. Sequence with Trevor Plouffe. Sergio Romo, right? So Plouffe has been going nuts about that. Romo's awesome. Talking Yanks. JJR coming up in a minute. Talking Giants. Pinstripe Strong. Talking baseball. This was all live from the Roosevelt studio, RSVLTS. We're wearing Roosevelts. Thank you, guys. We love you. Let's get this hump day.
Hey, Jake's back and he's got his own show. He's on the mic and he's ready to go. Noodle on his left, Jess on his right. Hey, hold up, don't start a fight. He's got you covered with all the sports. Don't fret, he's wearing shorts. It's time for Waking Jake in the morning, Waking Jake at night. Jake sucks.